All right, good morning. It is Monday, November the 4th, 2024. Beautiful weekend in Charleston. It was also the first weekend in a while where you kind of felt like as a family we didn't have a lot on the schedule. And so we just had a really nice family weekend. Spent a lot of time at home, around the house, I should say. Bike rides, street hockey. With my middle child, we got the tee out, the baseball. So working on some baseball, some fundamentals, and then I'm not sure where this came about, but I think maybe my oldest Keegan shared with my middle child Nash, just kind of about like the Ghostbusters movie. All right, so I spent a lot of time this weekend with a Nerf gun with my middle child chasing ghosts around the house, making sure we took care of them, keep the house safe. So he was having a blast. It was very cute. And then of course you got to trap the ghost. You got to catch him in a baseball glove is what we were doing. All right, so November 4th, which means tomorrow is big day here in the United States, election. All right, so I thought I would take some time. What to expect? What do we expect from the stock market after the election? And we in fall reviews we went over this in quite a bit of detail. But I thought kind of that primary message was worth sharing again. As an office here, we try really hard to remain just very data driven, very objective. Try to, in terms of investing and financial planning, kind of keeping the emotions to the side. And so I just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about the election and how that can impact markets and so forth. So I want to start by saying elections are very important. And for the purpose of today's video, really I'm just referring to the presidential election, okay? And as most of you know, like local elections tend to have far more influence over people's lives. But in terms of the presidential election, okay, the president of the United States has tremendous influence over a number of things. Okay, so elections are really important because maybe it's your stance on immigration policy. Okay, the president is going to have tremendous influence over immigration policy. Taxes. Right, the president doesn't write taxes, like Congress does that, but then it shows up on the president's desk and they say yay or nay. Okay, so the president is going to have influence over what taxes might look like. The president is going to have influence over something like pro-life, pro-choice, Supreme Court nominees. The president is also going to have tremendous influence over foreign policy. Okay, so again, elections are really important because the president does have tremendous influence over a lot of really important issues and things. So with that being said, I would argue that most Americans mistakenly believe the president has far more influence over the stock market than they actually do. Okay, and I'll share why in just a minute, but really, like both sides of the political aisle are guilty of this. Okay, if you turn on two TVs right now, you probably if you have Fox News on the one side, whatever CNN, MSNBC on the other, like both sides are saying if the other candidate wins, your 401ks going down the tubes, stock market's crashing. Like both sides are saying that. And it's really nonsense. Again, if you think what the stock market is, which we'll share in just a minute here, but why are they doing that? What they know that we are so emotionally tied to our wealth that obviously they're just trying to get votes, right? But it really is nonsense, because what is the stock market? Okay, so what gives the stock market value? What the stock market, you as a shareholder, right? So if you own stock, in our case, for the portfolios we build for the families we serve, right? So we use low fee exchange traded funds where you're going to own literally thousands of the biggest and the best businesses in the world. Okay, so in a portfolio like that where you own the biggest and the best companies in the world, and you as a shareholder, you have a fractional claim on the future cash flows and profits of those businesses. Okay, so that's what the stock market is, right? So the value comes from you have an ownership claim on the future cash flows and profits of the biggest and the best businesses in the world. Okay, so what, as this pertains to the election, knowing that the stock market is based on future profits and things, we've been joking about it at the office, but like take a step back, and so I want to picture the boardrooms. Okay, picture like the biggest, the whether it's Apple, whatever, Microsoft, you pick the company, but just picture the biggest boardrooms, and let's say it's the day after the election. All right, so let's say this is Wednesday, and let's say in this case, whatever the boardroom's candidate of choice did not get elected. Okay, so here we are, Wednesday the 6th. Let's see, the boardroom's candidate didn't get elected. Do you think the conversation in that boardroom is going to be, well, let's just stop making money. Let's just throw in the towel. Let's stop innovating. Let's stop improving our products and our services. Let's just stop growing the bottom line. Right? Like that's nonsense, right? Like what's actually going to happen, they're going to say, all right, here's the president-elect. Here's their proposed agenda. Here's what we actually think is going to get passed, right? Because many times there's a disconnect there. Okay, so given this new piece of information in the marketplace, given their proposed policies and things and what we think is going to get passed, what are the new ways that we as a company can profit? Loopholes, maybe new opportunities coming to the marketplace that we're not yet invested in. Okay, like that's what's actually going to happen. Like companies are going to find a way. The vast majority of businesses, as long as you have a well-diversified portfolio, the vast majority of businesses are going to find a way to continue growing the bottom line, which means in the intermediate to long term, the baseline expectation has to be growth over time. And when we were talking about this in fall reviews, we were doing it with kind of a graph of the U.S. stock market over the last 100 years, just showing, as corporate profits rise, the stock market's going to rise, with it roughly, kind of up and to the right. So, with that being said, like in the short run, anyone's guess, right? There's going to be a lot of irrational market behavior, like around. So it's going to introduce volatility into that. That's almost a guarantee. I mean, I've been doing this for a while now, and even before I was doing this for a living, like I just watching the futures kind of as the election's going on and more votes are coming in, like things are going to be very volatile. But I would encourage you, just take a step back and remember, like your investment in the market is based on the long-term profitability of the biggest and the best businesses in the world. So just thought that was worth sharing. One other thing I had, just you should all have the client appreciation, the hockey games invites out, and if you could just do us the favor of letting us know if you want to come. Just those RSVPs really helps us kind of plan for we need to order food, so just kind of getting that head count, drinks and kind of seating arrangements. So really helps us on our end if you can RSVP sooner rather than later. So questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to our team. We hope everyone has a wonderful week. Thanks.